Hello, and thank you for coming to McWaters Effect. I'm your host, Matt. Today I'm looking at OAN, but first, I need you to hit like and subscribe. Helps the channel grow. Now let's take a look at this news article. Wisconsin takes a closer look at election integrity. There's a video down here, and we'll go ahead and watch it.
Well, the Wisconsin state legislature is taking a closer look at election integrity as well. One America's Christina Bobb has more from Phoenix.
Joining me remotely, Wisconsin State Representative Janelle Brandtjen. Thank you for joining. I understand there's some news out of Wisconsin about some individual from New York involved in the Wisconsin election for 2020. What can you tell me about that story?
You know, it's a story that we found just in February of this year, and it was 10,000 emails that it took some time to get to. But we actually had a New Yorker in the city of Green Bay determining the poll workers, curing the ballots, which means the difference between accepting a ballot or not accepting a ballot in the state of Wisconsin. On election day, he had keys to the election room. He had the internet passwords for the public, the private, and also a third category for sensitive machines. All of this information is on the contract between the hotel and the central count location. To make things worse, he also has a city ID. And the city of Green Bay has made it very clear to us that he never worked as an employee. So here you have a guy from New York who has all of these options available to him on election day. And it's pretty incredible to think that we want transparent elections. And here we have somebody who flew in from a group from CTCL, National Vote at Home, and has this ability to make all these determinations in a city of Wisconsin's election.
And how does that happen? What is the city's response? And when you go to them and say, hey, there was an individual from New York who was given the keys to the ballot room or to the election room and had access to the machines and had a city ID, how do they explain him accidentally getting a city ID?
Well, you know, we asked the mayor to come in and have a conversation with us to our committee, and he's refused. As a matter of fact, we said any day in May, just tell us what works for you. And again, we have not heard back from his office. The Mayor Gendrich from the city of Green Bay has made it very clear to us that they went one step further and actually put out a report that said this was the best election ever, and admitted that, yes, this gentleman had a city ID. Yes, this gentleman was responsible for curing ballots. But, you know, nothing to see here, and there's nothing to worry about because we were always in control. This is ridiculous.
And that brings me to my next question. Is the Wisconsin State Legislature still taking up the election integrity issue? And can the people of Wisconsin and really the rest of the country rely on the state legislature to do everything it can to protect election integrity in Wisconsin?
We're completely committed. We do have a split government. But yes, we've already moved forward bills that would say third-party money cannot just go to the 5 largest Democrat cities. It has to be based out by population. Out of 1,700 communities in the state of Wisconsin, only 250 got funding. And only out of that, only 5 got funding to the amount of almost $1 million. This was not a grant process by any means, because nothing was ever put out to determine what the grants were going to be. Listen, this kind of third-party interaction in elections is what gives everybody a pause, should give everybody a pause, both Republicans and Democrats, because transparency and fairness in elections is what people demand.
Yes, ma'am. Well, thank you so much for your time and for your efforts.
Thank you. Real pleasure.
All right, guys, that's the end of the video. And I wish they would actually say who's donating the money. I know who did, and it was Big Tech and George Soros. Now, what happened afterwards, I can't say because obviously I'll get kicked off the YouTube. But it wasn't good. But hopefully they'll get around to doing an audit, because an audit would show the truth and let everybody know what happened there. But I hope you all enjoyed the video. Please hit like and subscribe. It helps the channel grow. Peace.